Here we go then. It's the World Cyber Games 2009. It's the grand final for Counter-Strike. Is it the returning champions headed for the Hall of Fame? Or is it a first-time winner in the form of fnatic, the one they've wanted for so long? We're about to find out over 3 extraordinary maps of the best that Counter-Strike has to offer in 2009. It is the dream final. It's Team Poland against Team fnatic. I've got to ask you before we get going in the first match, where's your money?
My money's been with fnatic all tournament long. I've actually stated that several times. I've felt that their new additions have been really strong. They're hungry, they're motivated. This is the one that's gotten away from them for 3 years, Paul. I think they're going to take this one. We'll find out then as we get the overhead for round 1. Forrest setting himself up, looking through radio. We've got 3 of them in the upper site, and DSN has actually made his way all the way outside and hasn't been spotted just yet. Kuben's going to go back and see whether he can spy anyone, as DSN just floating around red right now, doesn't want to show himself too much. I'm wondering whether he's the bait actually, as to whether if he gets seen outside, then that gives them the call to rush lower, because they might then decide to rotate. Here comes DSN. He's going to move into that back warehouse and look down towards main. Kuben's not looking right now, and DSN somehow has managed to make his way through outside without being spotted here. Luke is also waiting just inside that radio room. All hell is going to break loose just now. Kuben finally makes his way round and does spy DSN. Grenade comes round the corner. DSN though spots it. Kuben and Luke. Luke comes round the corner and nails 2 of them in the face as Get Right starts things off for fnatic for the first kill of the round, but there's only 2 of them left. And this is game on in terms of Team Poland. Trying to make their way into the upper site now, denied by Lord B there.
Guts is now the last man alive. Neo finishes him off. And look at that. They're pumped up today.
The key play there really was Luke's push into the hallway leading to the ramp area there. So many top players neglect to check that corner once they go ramp.
Yeah, you're right.
And Forrest, arguably one of the best players in the world also, he forgot to check it. Luke took him down. He even picked up a second one, and that was it. That was the round. They broke fnatic's strat.
Do you think if DSN had pushed outside and got the first frag outside, that might have opened things up for them, or do you think that he was just a decoy?
I think it would have gone a lot closer, but still, Luke was the key there to breaking off the strat fnatic was playing.
Certainly moved forward early on. Neo with the headshot. Not quite the headshot, actually. He does finish off DSN. Is he going to get a second? He's being rushed outside right now as Taz picks up 3 in a row. And Lord B finalises the kill. And that's a clean sweep from Team Poland, 2-0.
Yeah, fnatic didn't get the bomb down in the pistol round. If they had, we might have seen a partial buy like we saw earlier against Fire Gamers, where they bought 2 AKs, a couple of Deagles, some nades in the second round, and really surprised the Brazilians.
Yeah.
They were with Glocks now.
Yeah, no surprise now. They're going to be on an eco for the 3rd round, as you rightly said. They've had no money from bomb plants at all. Although there is a Galil in the hands of Gook, so they've gone for the early partial. And there is a Galil for Khan, an AK for Get Right, so they are on a buy here. Extraordinary, because I don't think they can have an awful lot of armour. And this is risky by fnatic. They've pulled it off before. Khan bursts out into the upper bomb site. Taz with 2. Lord B with a 3rd. Get Right comes back, finds 1. DSN with another. Kuben shuts DSN down, and Get Right will get another one before being locked out by Kuben. And that's a big round from Team Poland, because now fnatic will be on a save.
Yeah, they will, and what really opened that round up for Team Poland, you saw early on they were nading the hut area, and 2 nades took a lot of health. It actually took maybe 70 health points off of Forrest and off of Karn, and that really helped them out in that round. You'd say it's lucky, but then again, fnatic is moving into position a little too early.
So 3-0. Team Poland starting things off well this time. Well, we watched them yesterday in the player area, and they were awful. Kuben with a double, Kuben with 4! And Taz steals the ace as Kuben lights the fire under Team Poland.
And they really need that as well. fnatic, on the other hand, is always the more cooler team. Not a lot of shenanigans with them, but the Poles are going to be seen standing up, yelling and cheering as long as they have the advantage.
We spoke about that before we came on air, Jonas, didn't we? In the fact that we've seen Team Poland be the underdogs, or not so much the underdogs, but the under-supported team at previous large-scale events, and it doesn't faze them. They're used to it. They don't care. They're used to being picked on. As Kuban, picks off the headshot. That was a wall bang on Forest. And, well, you can call them luck, you can call them skill, but they practice those kind of shots all day long, so I'm going to go with skill. And, yeah, it doesn't seem to affect them. It doesn't faze them. I think they thrive on it, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of football players who feel the same way. Once they get jeered or booed by the crowd, they play better. And I think, like you say, Team Poland, they're very used to this. They're used to the Swedish teams or the Scandinavian teams being the fan favorites. And they don't care.
No, they definitely don't care. So, 4-0. fnatic now on a bye. Have AKs amongst them completely. And Get Right pops out just at the right time, gets a double. Taz is dealt with. Get Right again. 3 from him. And DSN picks up the final kill to the thrill of the crowd. We finally hear the Chinese voices.
Well, I was sitting there after Kuban got the wall bang on Forrest early on. I was feeling like this was going to be another round for Poland. But fantastic rifling there again from Get Right, and he's already gotten his first couple of frags here. I'm sure he's going to be huge throughout the map.
Absolutely, that's another hat trick from him. I think harping back to the MTW game, if you haven't seen it, pop up and watch the VOD, because seriously, you know, I think Jonas, I think you said it was the best half Counter-Strike you'd seen almost of all time. Guck starts things off for fnatic this time round, and he's already got one man on the run as Neo is down and out. 5v4.
And Gux continues to pick up those early frags as he did all day yesterday as well.
Yeah, I mean, between him and Get Right, fnatic do look like a different team. You know, they're great players, don't get me wrong. Forrest, Khan and DSN are all fantastic players, as Forrest proves right there with the shot on Luke. But they just needed something extra. They just needed some new motivation, new blood, new interest. And Get Right and Gux have really provided that for them.
Yeah, and when you can pick up 2 players on the same level as Forrest, you know you're going to be stronger.
Yeah, Get Right there was making his way down low. 40 seconds remaining of the round. Lord B's rotated round outside. That won't matter too much right now because it's a 5v3 and Taz and Kuban are low on health, so they're going to be looking for the exit kills and the saves here, surely. Lord B has picked up the DSN frag, but that's going to be about all she wrote for that round, and fnatic will get round 2 on the board for them and reduce the cap to 4-2. We've seen some extraordinary rounds on Nuke over the weekend. In fact, over the last 3 days, Jonas.
We have.
Explain why this has become a team-sided map. As ludicrous as that sounds.
Actually, I'm going to go back on that statement and say that it only applies when fnatic plays. Because we were over there watching the 3rd, 4th place match with MTW and Russia. And all of a sudden, the CT sides were dominating again. But I think it's just fnatic's play is phenomenal here on the T side of Nuke.
They're showing the colours now. No point in holding back any strats now.
Nope.
They sometimes do that in the early rounds. Some of the group games, they never quite show their full hand. But now, with all the marbles up for grabs, no point in holding back anymore. And fnatic doing exactly that. 2-4 down right now on T side of Nuke. Things are okay though. There is a couple of M4s all around for Team Poland, apart from the FAMAS in the hands of Luke as we join him right now. And he's holding that upper heaven spot, looking outside.
This is a really big round here for Poland. If they lose this, they're on a save round.
That's a good point. Could be back to 4-4 in a tie game. Here comes Get Right again. Aggressive, pushing into the upper side. Flashbang comes out. He's going to pop back through Squeaky. And I don't know if that's the right way of going it, but nevertheless, Gux has opened things up again as he has so often done here. And has already got himself 2 frags. Luke now coming round from outside. 2 in main. Blades come through and Luke will feel the full force of that HE. As Get Right's dropped down low now, 40 seconds to go. He's got bomb in hand here, and they're 3 versus 2. Luke and Lord B are the last 2 alive. Forrest deals with Luke. Lord B now all on him, and will pick up the frag on Gux. Forrest and Get Right. Now, is he going to go for this? I don't think he will. 7 health. Not on your Nelly is he going to go for this, and he'll be lucky to get away with an M4.
Yeah, he has to try and escape. Once a team can get the plant in the lower bomb side, and they have 2 players set up there in the crossfire in the doors, it's extremely hard to retake the site, and you would need smoke grenades, and you'd actually need an advantage in players as well, and Lord B has 7 HP. He has to save out, and Poland needs to start from scratch again after what must be a save round. Again though, you see Gux going to the ramp room, making light work of Neo, picking up another frag. I'm really impressed with this player, Paul.
Team Poland, you probably saw they're chewing their nails a little bit. It's a bit early for that, but they do look a little bit subdued from the normal Team Poland that we expect. But, you know, win a round and they'll be back up off their feet, I'm sure. fnatic, on the other hand, slightly calmer approach. 3-4 in favour of Poland. Sweden looking for another gold medal. They've already won one in Trackmania and a silver. And maybe a return of Scandinavian gamers, because they've not necessarily been in the doldrums, but they haven't been at the forefront here at the WCG in the last year or so. Bomb planted early on the upper side. Quickly planted indeed. We didn't see where Poland went, but they weren't at the upper side, that's for sure. No one's lost their life on fnatic, no one on Team Poland. They might as well go for this and give it a go. Get right with the opening kill. DSM follows up. DSM with another.
Yeah, this is where you want the USP players to try and pick up an exit frag and maybe save out an AK. And Lord B is always also doing the right thing. He's saving out the gun from the previous round.
Yeah, he was the only man with a gun, so important that he kept hold of that M4 and does survive with it as well. So we're tied up then on Nuke for map 1. It's 4-4 here at the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Finals from Chengdu in China. If you're just joining us, welcome to live coverage on quadv.com and WCG.com and whatever partner site you happen to be watching it on. Welcome to Chengdu. You've joined an absolute vast, enormous crowd watching this Grand Final. We have more Grand Finals to come as well, as already the point man, Get Right, has been dispatched by Team Poland. First time we've really seen him go down. He's actually alive still, but doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, he is alive on our screen, but seems like he's got 0 health, probably got a point left, and he has the bomb in hand. Well, now it's changed. I think that was probably just a bug, so my mistake. I didn't see the kill, so I was thinking, wow, how did he go down? My bad. 5v5 still. Now 5v4 as Taz gets the opening kill. Johnny Drama in control for Poland. Now fnatic trying to push ramp. First real time they've attacked that area, and Luke is equal to the shot. Headshot on Get Right. Flash is now coming around the corner. Khan and Forrest making white. Neo gets one with the USP. Khan replies. Shots flying out towards Khan on the ramp, and he's dealt with. Forrest is last man standing. Won't be for long. Kuban with a double. And Team Poland finally get themselves a round on the board after 4 consecutive fnatic rounds.
And they're going to be very happy that they managed to stay alive with 4 players there. It might actually turn out to be a key round here if they can string a couple of more together now, because if they'd lost 2 or 3 players in this round, they'd be on very poor money. And now they're able to buy up for the last player.
So Poland just staying ahead by a round. Need to keep that going as well. If we've seen previous Nuke games, then we know how strong fnatic are on this T side, and trying to keep them as low as possible. Meanwhile, whilst we're watching Team Poland, I can tell you that they've made a rush outside here with 4 men, and Poland have no idea. They might have a clue here because Lord B's gone down, and he was covering Outer as Get Right with bomb in hand is the point man. Gux behind him. Forrest and DSN just coming through. Khan is actually holding lobby right now, and I don't think Team Poland have a clue what fnatic are doing right now. They might do now. Khan is in lobby, gets shot down by Neo. Forrest, Gux, Get Right, all underneath ladder at the moment. Need to make a decision as to what they're going to do here. And if they're going upper right now, they've got a clear sighter. Oh, 38 points. Forrest has been dinked, and DSN takes out Neo. 4v3, 4v2, dropping like flies now on Team Poland. Taz and Kuban. Another rotation on here, and they will drop down lower. Taz has just a point of health. Bomb planted in the lower, and this will be a round to fnatic, and it was brilliantly played, Jonas.
I think it was a good call there by Karn as well. They'd been going a lot inside, and Team Poland was really expecting that, as you saw early on. Lots of nades on that upper bomb site. fnatic avoided all of them, went fast on the outside. Forest got the opening frag, and they even managed to take the bird's nest or the catwalk area, which is it's a key area really to controlling that upper site. And Team Poland didn't have a player in there, and they lost a round because of it.
They did lose a round. They also lost their money, although Kuben's got an M4, so they've got M4's amongst them, so they're okay money-wise for this round at least. Taz, Kuben, Neo cleaning house for Team Poland, and DSN the only man to reply back, and Kant is now last man alive, and that was a very, very quick round from Poland. This one not quite over just yet after the strat caller, and Captain Kant is still alive. He gave me a quick wink and a thumbs up as he walked past the commentary area on the way to the main stage earlier. Seemed pretty confident, calm, relaxed, and he's going to have to be, because he's got a 4-on-1 right now.
And Karn knows this, because he's one of the smartest players out there. What he needs to do now, he can save his weapon, but it'll be even more effective if he can pick off one or maybe two Polish players before saving out or before even dying. Oh, couldn't do it though. Wow.
I didn't even see where Neo was, and nor did Kant. As he will pick up the final frag of the round for Team Poland. So they nudge back in front again. 6-5. Speaking normally, you'd be all right with 5 on T-side, wouldn't you? But
you would.
If you're fnatic, are you going to be disappointed so far, or are you going to be okay?
No, I think you're going to be okay. They know that they're up against a tough opponent, and they're really happy that they got 5 rounds so far. I don't think they're finished, though. They're looking for more, but still, 5 rounds is very good.
11 down, 4 to go for the half. Poland being aggressive here with Kuben pushing Tin. Has lost a little bit of health on the way through there. Hasn't found anyone in lobby, so he'll drop back. That's the reason they haven't found anyone, because they haven't moved from T-spawn. Get Right is the only man who's made a small advance, and even he's coming back across the roof now as well. Luke going to be boosted up in rafters inside ramp room. It's a common practice for the Poles.
Yeah, this is a really good position as well. Let's see now if they're going towards the ramp room. No, they're not.
They've actually got 2 outside right now. 1 on the roof, that's 3. Forest is now going to join them with a little hop and skip and jump across the roof. And all 4 men on the outside. Lord B's waiting for them though by the pillar. Neo's far side has picked off another one. And now Get Right and Forest have decided this is not a good round for them, because the bomb's down in open space. And Neo will pick up another frag from the catwalk, and Forest will be finished off by Kuben. And it's all too easy when it's like that. They just got picked off singularly on that outside push, and it didn't really seem like a confident outside push.
No, they were sort of hesitating there. It looked like they were taking too long on the build-up, and they got caught by 2 or 3 Polish players who were working together nicely to break off that attack. We've seen 2 very good rounds now from Team Poland. I'm not surprised, Paul, but I'm happy to see them playing so well.
I think from the neutrals' point of view, and the fact that we won a decent game, it's good to see them playing well early on. They played poorly at the start of the game against C-Max yesterday in the semi-final, but then pulled it back this time round though. Wow, look at that from Taz. 2 in a row from him. Make that 3. First 2 were headshots. The aggressive push through Tin. He's a man after my own heart. Get Right. Now the last man with actually DSN's got bomb in hand. Is outside without the bomb in hand, and DSN is back in T-spawn with bomb in hand. So 2 to find. It's a 3 versus 2, and Taz already has 3 kills. Does look. Oh, actually, my mistake. We got 4 remaining for Team Poland, and that's now 4 versus 2. So Get Right now going to make his way inside. Kuben waits for him. Lord B finishing him off on an HE. And I make that 3 rounds in a row now for Team Poland.
And the balance has shifted a little bit also. Earlier we saw Gux consistently picking up those entry frags. Forest had some entry frags. Right now, Team Poland has been picking up those entry frags. Actually, Taz picked up an opening hat-trick.
He did,
which is sure to be put you in a good position.
Round number 14 then. 2 to go for the half. And I think fnatic will want a couple of rounds out of these. They're on a by AKs and Galil, and already Kuben has got rid of Get Right. He's not had the kind of start that we saw yesterday. Not been the dominant force that he was. yesterday against MTW. DSM, meanwhile, has been shot down as well by Lord B. Khan. Comes back in with a Galil. 4 versus 3. Make that 4v2. Luke then punishing Gux and Forrest. And Khan now is last man alive with just 10 health. May as well go for it because no point in saving from that position was what I was about to say. And the Tasmanian Devil will finish things off. And that's 9-5 now, and they're cruising.
Impressive play here from Team Poland. I actually talked a little bit about this with Forrest at breakfast this morning. He said to me, I asked him to take it a little bit more slowly than yesterday because we wanted a match. And he said there's no way we are losing, but he did expect a fight against the Polish team because he said they're very hungry now with all the problems with the organization and stuff. So
looking for a new team as well, there we go. We were talking about Gux before. He's now taken Ravram on his own, and Luke has had to push back in there. Meanwhile, Taz has disposed of Khan, and Forrest back in on Lord B. They're exchanging tracks now. Gux has got himself an M4, and Get Right finishes things off. And that's the perfect way to end round and end the first half for Fnatic. 9-6, much better than 10-5.
Yeah, that was a very good half as well, Paul. The amount of rounds that Fnatic strung together here is actually, you would expect them to get more when they get 6, but remember, they did not get pistol. They had to eco twice, so 6 rounds is a result that they should be very happy with. And Poland are certainly in good shape as well. It's anybody's map.
It is finally poised here in Chengdu, China for the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Final for Counter-Strike. Are we going to crown a Swedish champion for the first time? Or are we going to crown those boys for the second time in 4 years? They would enter the Hall of Fame, of course, as well. Earlier on today we saw Hero crashing out in the final, having lost in 3 games after an extra time winner in the 120th minute. Crone is your champion for FIFA 09 in 2009. Hero didn't pick up his 3rd championship after all. He remains on 2. Later on, we have the Warcraft 3 final, and it's an all-Chinese affair. The Chinese are going to go absolutely ballistic for it. We also have StarCraft Grand Final, and guess what? You'd never believe that one. There's 2 Koreans in the final for that one. What a shot that is. We also have some Wise Star and Asphalt 4. That's also the Grand Finals. That's coming up after the Counter-Strike. Meanwhile, let's get back to the game. 9-6 at the half then, and already Gut starting things off within 10 seconds of the restart. Neo and Luke have replied. And this is a fast push outside by Team Poland. Forrest then equalises things back up at 3 versus 3. Khan gives them the advantage. 3 versus 2 now. Make that 2 versus 2. They're just trading blows backwards and forwards. It's like a turkey shooting there rather than a round of Counter-Strike as DSN gets the shot on Luke. Now they've got Neo remaining with 6 health here, and it's a 2v1.
And the bomb is down outside as well. This is a round you'd call unwinnable, Paul. And even Neo can't handle this, surely.
Oh, wow! Shot from Neo is stunning. That Glock burst into the face of Forrest, who didn't even get a shot off on him. And, well, the impossible he can sometimes do. The improbable was stacked against him. But nevertheless, phenomenal shot from Neo.
And I think this is the Neo we've all seen and come to love. He's certainly back here and he's out for blood. That shot was absolutely, I didn't even see him there, Paul. And I think if he'd had just a little bit more health, he could have won it.
There's that chance. 9-7 then. And Fnatic have the lead. In the other game, if you're still watching, MTW have won the bronze medal. 16-12 on both maps, Nuke and Inferno. C-Max GG, well done to them though. Russians coming in 4th place. Something Virtus Pro have failed to do time and time again over the years. C-Max have brought Russian Counter-Strike back to the fore. MTW though, former winners themselves, have got bronze this year.
They've actually gold, a silver and a bronze medal
they
now.
Have all 3, yes.
Quite the cabinet there.
Amongst many others. Fnatic, meanwhile, looking for their first. Team Poland looking for their second. Nothing doing so far from either team, but Cuban has bomb in hand. He's now making his way towards ramp. They've got Lord B waiting. DSN picks up the first, Get Right with the second and the third, and Neo shuts down Khan with a deagle. Neo now remaining is the last man alive, picks off Gooks. Get Right gets his third of the round though, and reasonably straightforward eco round.
That might
Fnatic.
Yeah, might prove to be expensive though for Fnatic, dropping 2 players there. But then again, the Polish team bought Deagle, so they should be saving now, allowing Fnatic to build their economic resources once again.
So back underway, 9-8 now, and Fnatic will fancy their chances on Nuke. If they win Nuke, then everything's going to plan as far as they're concerned. If they lose, well, then we move to Train, and you've got to fancy Poland. They'll fancy the chances if they take map 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, and remember, Nuke is Fnatic's map of choice in this WCG final.
Get Right opening things up. Lord B dealt with. Neo also down. Luke now down thanks to Get Right's double. DSM with the 4th. And Fnatic sliding through Team Poland here to tie this one up at 9-9. It's 5 men with M4s against 1 with a Glock. And really, as good as Cuban is, it's not that good. Shots in from DSN as Cuban's now made a run for it. He's got 20 points of health, a Glock, a bomb, and 5 Fnatic players with M4s. No chance. Well, 1 with a FAMAS.
Oh,
we will just try and wait here and pick up 1 though. Well, there's no good throwing the bomb at them. That won't hurt them.
Maybe he was trying to get a little game of catch going.
I think he was trying to get something going. Wasn't going to work. 3-0 half-time, 9-9 overall now.
Yes.
And the crowd are fairly passive at the moment. They know this is a long game, and they know Fnatic still need 7 rounds. I don't want to, bitch on the Poles because they're a great team as well. But the Chinese are very much into Fnatic here.
Yeah. Big round coming up.
Yeah, this will reset the money. Team Poland can pick up a round. North B is still alive. Seemingly lost a lot of health. We might just have a bug with his health again. Luke, Neo, Cuban, all waiting. DSN now. Well, he thought about going through. They've stacked 2 inside radio. Have Fnatic, and Lord B is about to come face to face with 2 strikers in the form of Get Right and Forest. Taz, Lord B and Cuban just rotating round underneath towards Lobby and looking at Tin Hut. Get Right now starting to look like he might push out. Neo's made his way out towards red outside, and Cuban does pick up the first frag of the round on Get Right. Chance here for the Poles. Shots through Squeakier from Khan, who picks up the frag on Cuban. Now that's bombed down, and Lord B can still pick it up. It's inside Squeaky Room. He's now got through, goes out, makes his way through. Luke and Taz pick up a frag apiece. DSM replies with the M4 twice. Lord B and Neo comes in with a headshot, and Team Poland are back in business.
That's a great round by Team Poland, and it's so important that they can keep getting those opening frags like they did there on Get Right. You'd expect Get Right to just kill 2 of them there from that position, but I think it was Cuban who took him down early. Forrest had to rotate back, and they could capitalize by rushing the upper bomb site and overpowering the Swedes.
Now, I know I gave him Hero and Hall of Fame and City Streets of Stockholm status yesterday, but Get Right hasn't really hit the ground running today so far. And we see Fnatic now AWPing in the hands of DSN. Even though they lost the last round, still plenty of cash for them. I think they might have to reset after this one though. Full complement of weapons. DSN covering Catwalk from outside. Taz now checking Lobby, nothing doing in Tin. He's already taken a lot of damage here, not quite sure why. But he is the furthest forward man. He was looking outside. He might have got clipped, when he was outside. But DSN is actually AWPing from ramp.
No, he needs to hit his shot.
He might well be able to hit them now as well. Ooh. Such a close shot. There's just a couple of pixels to aim at, and you know what? You're so close. Now, he's got cover here, so he can be a little bit more dangerous than normal. Hasn't landed anything so far. Still searching, has seen a couple of slivers. He was actually blind there, didn't land the shot the second time round. Forrest does pick up the frag though. Get Right comes in with number 2, and Khan polishing things off as Kuban now retreats. And it won't matter that DSN can't find his AWP range. Unusual. He's normally so reliable with them.
Yeah, he is, you're right. If I'm Taz, I'm mad at my teammates there on that ramp push. They let him go out all by his lonesome, and that might have just been the plan, but they were also supposed to be there close with him. And if they had, they'd been able to take down Forrest, and they could double team DSN, because Forrest was already low on health after those initial grenades, so they need to be more focused on their teamwork here as terrorists.
Indeed they do, and if you're wondering what happened in the last round, time ran down. So they only have the 145 to plant, and if they don't do that, that's it, round lost. And that's exactly what happened to Team Poland. They saved out with 2 weapons, so a small sliver of something out of that last round. We're now tied up at 10-10, 16 to win.
And it's a partial buy. They bought whatever they could.
Big round for them now. And don't want to get onto that momentum pendulum of losing round after round after round, because if they do, fnatic are just going to steamroller them from this point on. DSN now AWPing outside, not from building though. Oh, unbelievable. We had 2 to aim at and didn't hit either of them. Now, he's going to try and look over at the spot in the corner. And hasn't landed another shot yet. I've seen him make 6 shots so far and not hit a single AWP. Gooks though, does hit one. Takes out Neo. DSN finally lands an AWP shot on Kuban. And Get Right and Gooks. And it's going to be another fnatic round, but not if Lord B says anything about it.
Ouch, he got dinked as well.
Wow. And that'll be 11-10 now. fnatic just motoring their way forward here. And Team Poland, they don't look too clever on T-side, Jonas.
Well, that last round there was certainly not very clever. It looked like they didn't really know what they were supposed to do.
But that's 2 rounds in a row that counts for, because they were awful on ramp when they pushed through there.
Yeah.
2 rounds ago.
Yeah, they need to stop hesitating now and play like they did in the first rounds of the map. Now they're going to be on a save round, though. Should be straightforward.
It's confidence again, isn't it? Momentum. And Forrest picks up the first. Should get a whole hatful of frags in there, but no, Taz gets a lucky shot in. Guts with a double. Khan and Get Right sweeping the rubbish up. And fnatic in the lead. And number 1 fnatic, the fan says down there in the crowd. Even pencil drawings of the logo. That's how fanatical they are, pardon the pun.
Huge fan base here in China. They've been here many times on events, always been very nice to the fans.
They were, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sam Matthews and the team came out here about 2, maybe 3 years ago for what was effectively a publicity week.
Yeah.
Didn't actually play in an event, just did some shootouts, met some Chinese people and introduced themselves. And it's partially why they've been so well loved. Obviously they've got some great named players. Was that a poor name off the wall? Might have been. Somehow Luke wins the battle against DSM, which he really shouldn't have won. And Forrest replies to shut him down. 1 for 1. Make that 2-1. Get Right. Starting to find his M4 aim. Neo replies. Tip for tat. 2 for 2. Taz back in. Gives Poland the advantage now. Bomb planted by Kuban with 2 health. Guts though gets the kill. Now, Taz, Neo protecting the bomb. 1 from side, 1 from upper. And Neo does get the frag on Get Right. Now Guts in towards the bomb site, has smoked the right hand side. He's going to go for the full defuse here. He's going to try and get it. No, it came away too late. And Neo gets the frag. I thought he was going to go for the full defuse for a moment.
No, what he did, he smoked the door there. He faked the defuse to force Neo to come down the vents, trying to take him out. He played that brilliantly, Gux. It was very smart play, but in the end, Neo just proved too good for him, as he had a whopper of a round with a hat-trick there, I think.
Yep. Well spotted, Jonas. That's what you're here for. 12-11. fnatic still lead. Haven't led an awful lot so far.
It's a close one.
They have the lead as they approach the final furlong, as it were. 12-11. You love my horse racing information, don't you?
Such a good word.
So, Neo's pushed down towards red on the outside here. DSN and Forest picked up a killer piece. Cooper with the sandwich. And they're 2 for 1. Get right, Gux though. Light the fire at the M4. Downs Lord B and Taz with the headshots. Kuban comes back and he's got rid of Get Right, but he's now the last man alive. And it's all on him to stop Fnatic. Moving to within 3, and Gux with a hat-trick kill. And Khan says, you go!
Yeah, he's been terrific for them all tournament, and you see how fast those headshots come there from Gux. It's really well played, and the Polish team now, they're struggling a little bit here. Fnatic at 13 rounds, not a lot of money between them for Poland, so we might see a save, and they need to win the rest of the rounds to take them out.
Yeah, tricky now. I don't think they'll be too disappointed with the performance that they put up, but they will want to win this round on an eco, and I haven't seen an eco round won yet. I've seen a couple of partial buy rounds won. I haven't seen an eco. Oh, look at this. This is a turkey shoot for Get Right, surely. Picks up 2 already. Gux with another one. Eco bash, inside upper. Gux and Forrest clean it up. Hand, palms, high fives all around. And now, Team Poland have to win this next round and win the rest of them.
Yeah, I think we can rightfully call this the defining round of this half, Paul. If Poland loses, they're going to go on a desperation buy to stop Fnatic from winning the map. That doesn't work most of the time, so this is where they have to do it. They have to be effective. They have to get the opening frag, and they need to get that bomb down.
M4's abound against 4 AKs and a Galil. And Neo opening stuff up now for Get Right. Oh, picks off Neo as he moves back towards ramp to cover. Good rotation from Get Right again. He's played smart, he's played brilliantly, and he's had the aim. Oh my word, has he had the aim. Here at the WCG 2009. He's my personal favourite, I think, from the tournament so far, as Gux and Forrest gets a double. And take a seat, Team Poland. Fnatic are on the verge of claiming round 1 of potentially 3 maps.
And the thing about that round too, it seems like Team Poland fumbled it. Neo got the opening frag. He was moving towards the ramp area there. He had forced the rotation from DSN. Forrest was still in there, or whoever there was. So there were only 2 people defending upper against 4 possible Polish attackers. They took too long to open the door and do those flashes. They rotated back and they lost.
They haven't been the most confident of T-sides on Nuke, have they? Has to be said. 4 map points then for Fnatic. Not match points, map points. Best of 3 in the grand final, and there is a very eclectic mix of weaponry between the poles right now. A couple of AKs, a Galil and some Beagles, and it's not ideal, but Neo gets into that main area. Oh, Taz and Neo with a double. Now, how about this for a round? Match point, and Team Poland with an eclectic mix of weapons have a 4v2. Have to win this round. Shots coming in towards that lower bomb site with the bomb planted. Lord B gets it done. Khan, Gux, if they know what's good for them, they're going back to find a hidey hole. Exit kills amongst them. They know they've got plenty of time. 3 more rounds, no problem. Don't have to rush, but what it does do, of course, is it means Poland now have got some cash coming their way for the next round.
Both Neo and Taz have been very good on opening things up in the ramp room. The problem they've been having so far is they've been going at it alone. Finally, they went together as a team, and they managed to pick up 2 frags instead of exchanging 1 for 1, and it won them the round.
And Khan did just get the kill on Neo at the end of the round. So a little bit more expensive for the Poles than they would like, but it doesn't really matter. They won the round, they've got the cash, and they're now fully equipped for the next round. It's a good round from the Poles, considering that they did have that split of weaponry amongst them. A couple of Galils and a Deagle. And still powerful weapons, mind, but you know, not as good as they would have liked. I doubt whether they were fully stacked armor-wise either. Here we go then. Round 28 as Guk starts things off. Kuban blown away. Taz though replies. M4 from him. Lord B. Neo moving in towards that far side. Gets shot down by Forrest, but he did take out DSN on the way through. And now Lord B and Taz trying to make their way through the ramp room. And Luke and Khan are going to come face to face with each other in a moment as well, in the upper bomb site. And, well, Luke thought about going around the corner. He's backed away, and Taz picks up the frag on Forest now. And Lord B back in on Get Right. Khan, last man alive. And the polls are not done here, Jonas. Oh, and Luke and Khan. Oh, Luke. Well, Khan was above, dropped down the vent. Luke knew where he was. Say goodnight to your face. 9-4 for the half. And Poland bring it back again. 2 rounds in a row. This game isn't done yet.
No, it's not. And some solid there, but very, very risky play from Luke. He knew there was probably a defender bound to be stuck in upper. He just waited and waited, and his teammates cleared out ramp, and he managed to take him down on the rotation.
15-13, 2 rounds remaining. And now, fnatic have gone for this now. I think this might be their last buy round, though. And Luke and Taz, 2 in a row. So, Poland look favourites for this round, and I tell you what, if they win this round, oh, look at that, Guts and Khan slash the advantage back to 3v3. Neo takes out Gux in the vent. 3v2. Bomb to be planted now. It's 2v2 in fact. And Khan, what is Khan doing?
No, he's underneath there.
Oh, he's underneath. Right,
it's
my mistake. I was looking at the map, and of course the map didn't look right at all. And Lord B picks up the frag. Oh, Get Right. It's Khan now. Last man alive. Has to make his way inside. Does he pick up the frag? No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. 1v1. Lord B against Khan. Shoots. He's got to try and find him quickly. Khan with low health. Lord B will win this one easily. Well, oh my word. Khan went for the defuse, and Lord B has gone away. So Khan does pick up the frag in the end, but didn't really matter.
Yeah, that was a big one-on-one then, and Karn played it perfectly as well. He knew that he didn't have much of a chance in dueling there with Lord, because he was very low on health. He tried spamming in through the wall. When that didn't work, he realized this is not going my way, and he tried to retreat and save out a weapon, because with the amount of rounds the Poles have strung together right now, Fnatic are in a dire situation for money, so he was trying to save out his weapon to have for this round.
Indeed, Fnatic are all over the place money-wise, but they've managed to cobble together some weaponry, and they've lost the opening man, and somehow Team Poland have come back from 15-11 down here to 15-14. Forest equalises back up, takes a lot of damage in the way though, and Taz easily pick him off with an overkill headshot. Khan already trying to cover that outside area. Kuban laying down a bit of fire, making his way forward now. Flashbang comes around the corner. Doesn't work though because he was behind red. 3 remaining Fnatic players. Have to try and snatch this. And DSM with a FAMAS in his hands. He'd prefer an AWP. He's inside the radio room and will pick up the frag on Neo. Taz replies. 3v2. Oh, Kuban, you've gone huge. Get Right gets down. And Khan is last man alive. And Taz will equalise it back up. And we are drawn at the end of Nuke.
Fantastic play there from the Polish team at the end. I was really scared though that they were going to be cut down by Fnatic there. They challenged each of Fnatic's players 1v1, and when you do that you usually get shot down, but some fantastic shooting from the Polish teams, and they have forced an overtime. And was that 3 map points or 4 map points that Fnatic lost?
4.
That was 4.
15-11.
Must feel good for the Polish team, and it must feel like a wasted opportunity for Fnatic.
Well, we're going to stay here. We're going to take a little break from the microphones at least anyway, and let you soak up some of the interesting sights and sounds from here in Chengdu as Fnatic are tied up at 15-all. We hope you're enjoying the coverage from the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Finals in Chengdu, China. Final day 5 of 5, and we're here to crown a Counter-Strike team as champion, and there is nothing between them right now. fnatic 15, Team Again, Team Poland, Polska, ex-NYM, ex-Vitriolic, ex-PGS, ex-Pentagram, have I forgotten any?
Vitrolic?
I think I just said that.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call them, they played superbly after the comeback. 15-11 down to draw us up at 15-all.
Yeah, and we've gotten everything that we bargained for so far in what many have called the dream final here between the 2006 WCG winners, Poland and fnatic.
Here we go then. First half of extra time. 3 rounds apiece. As fnatic will stay CT side for this first half, and it'll be important. They need all 3 rounds really, or at least 2. Guck's already taking damage, and Cuban picks off DSN. Forrest is now under pressure at ramp. They've pushed 3 men into that ramp room as well. Cuban is the leader with that bomb in hand. Straight through. No opposition whatsoever. Lord B down into the bomb site, has the bomb actually, and he will get this planted as Forrest picks up the first kill for fnatic. 4 versus 4 bomb plant. Calm, Gucks, Forrest all low on health though. And Lord B has polished one of them off. 3 more to find for the Poles. We follow Lord B, making his way down low just to check and make sure there was no one in there. And Forrest and Khan have already found some solace in their CT spawn area. And Get Right is now hiding out in main. And they are going to save here.
I think they decided that
Oh!
this is not our round, and they just backed away.
Yeah, well, it wasn't it wasn't Get Right's round either, because he got found.
How many of those you got?
I've got limitless amount of Get Right jokes.
On a more serious note, though, it looks like Team Poland have found the key to unlock fnatic's defenses here on the nuke. They've been going a lot towards the ramp room, and in this round they drew a rotation away from the ramp room, and then they just took it over. And there was no one there, so they could win the round easily.
They did that a few times in normal time as well, so I'm surprised that fnatic haven't learned their lesson on that one, as Taz gets the opening frag this time round. And Gooks really hasn't shone the way we hoped he would, and the way that fnatic would have hoped he would. Oh, Khan, Get Right slaps Taz down. Get Right with another one, and Get Right with a hat trick inside the upper site. Cuban's now going to come face to face with him, and surely Get Right's going to get number 4 here. Cuban with 6 points of health, and fnatic will claim round 2 in the extra time. No doubt about it whatsoever. Get Right on the hunt. He'll wait patiently though in the upper side. Great piece of play. It's so tempting when there's 1 man remaining and you've got 3 kills and you want the 4th to go on the hunt and see if you can find them. So tempting. So many amateur players do it. In fact, I've seen top players doing it as well. It takes all the restraint and patience in the world not to go and do that. Yeah,
you're right about that, and it has been a wonderful round for Get Right. To be fair to Gucks, though, he hasn't had the best overtime so far, but he was very good on T side here initially.
Oh, there's the 4th. That's number 4 frag for Get Right. He got 4.
Yeah. I give up. Sam Matthews looking, I don't know, concerned?
Pensive, I would say.
Final round. Everybody's on a bye round.
And really, fnatic need this one because, well, they should have the advantage on CT, and they won't want to have to win all the rounds to stay in the game on the second half. Likewise, wow, Luke! Orc shot from heaven. Gets rid of the 4-man from the previous round. And with HE's raining down him, it's back to white. Damage is done though. The man on the hot streak from round 1, round 2 has been dispatched. 16 each now. DSN covering inside this ramp room, and I've got a feeling that's exactly where they're going to come to. Now Luke gets the 2nd in a round, he gets the 3rd, and Luke is now opening it up. 3 in a row from him, and Gucks and Khan are the last two alive. Khan replies back, finally shuts down the nuisance that was Luke and gets a second. Brilliant from Khan. 2v2 from a 2v4, thanks purely to the brilliance of Khan. Neo and Taz against Gux and Khan. Neo though picks up the frag on Gux. Now where's Khan? Hiding. And they haven't spotted him just yet. I think he might have been flashed down there. Not so sure. Now, dancing around Khan with a hat-trick on Neo. 1v1 and Taz has done the sensible thing and gone upstairs.
And finally, I might add, finally they go upstairs. I don't know why they didn't do that before.
Yeah, pulling your hair out beside me. So, 1v1, Khan, don't forget, has already got 3 this round.
17 health points left.
Taz doesn't have an awful lot more either.
He has 30 or something.
It's only going to take a couple of bullets. And Taz now making his way back towards main. Khan is on the bomb. And Taz makes his way back round. And will clutch the round for Team Poland to take a 2-1 advantage at half-time.
You got a feel for Team Poland during that round, Paul. They nearly messed things up there. Take nothing away from the brilliance of Karn, as you've said, but in that 2v1 situation, why in the world would you try and challenge Karn the way Neo did there? If he wants to cover his teammate going up the vents, he can just take a defensive position and ensure that he doesn't get killed, so they played more safely. Luckily though, Taz, the captain, took care of business.
There it is then, half-time of overtime, 17-16, and Polska lead the way.
Polska are looking strong, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, they were much better in those. I mean, it's odd because they finished the T side very strongly and they carried that on into overtime, whereas at the start of the half, they didn't look very good at all to me. They looked disorganised, they looked indecisive, they looked like they lacked confidence, but as we've always said, Counter-Strike, you might as well nickname it counter momentum, because they really got the wind in their sails halfway through that half, and they've just carried that through to overtime.
Seems like they found their rhythm both as a team and individually, because in the latter stages of that half, they were able to come out, challenge Fnatic to one-on-one duels, and when you can pick Get Right off in a 1v1, then you know you're in good shape.
Here we go then. It's live for the second half of overtime, and they are just growing by every minute. The people sitting down in the middle, on the floor, no less. The room is absolutely jam-packed. You cannot get anyone else in here, and they're still trying.
And Fnatic will need 3 rounds to win.
It certainly will. It's not what they wanted, but they are capable of it. Kuman's already taken a lot of damage here. No, he hasn't. It was a bug. How many times has that happened to us? I don't know why that's doing that. It's been fine for, what, 3-4 years now? Not now. Lord B picks up Gux, and he might get a second. Neo, though, helping out. And 2 down, 3-5 for Poland here, on the verge. DSN, though, has finally got himself on the scoreboard in overtime. They've made a decent insertion here into the lower side. Bomb planted. Now the pressure switches to the men in blue. Team Poland. Kuban checks vent 1.
Slow on their rotations here.
Oh, very slow indeed. And I don't even know if they're going to go for this. Lord B and Taz finally come down the ramp. They're going to try and assimilate their attacks in towards this bomb site, but DSN has got the lockdown on it. Get Right, still waiting. Look at this from Get Right. Oh, brilliant play. Patient play from Get Right. And that's why he's in the team.
And, well, Get Right certainly played that situation like a seasoned veteran. He's only been going to these big tournaments for 2 years. He's only been at the in the finals for this year, but that
I love
was
his patience.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yesterday he showed us why he has great aim. Today he's showing us why he has great brain. And for me, the great Counter-Strike players are the ones that have brain and aim, not one exclusively.
Yeah, that was smart play by Get Right for sure, and it won them the round also.
So, tied up at 17-all. We've been told by the admin here, you may have heard it in my left ear, that if the match goes to a third map, sadly it'll be taken off stage and it will be played in the player area instead. We will bring you that on stream too if we need to, I guess. I just hope they haven't packed down the equipment. Taz then, starting things off with the M4. Dispatching Forest. Luke with the second in on Guts. Karna, the only man to reply so far. And we've got 3 men remaining for Fnatic, and DSN's the only man who's got decent health amongst them. 4 versus 3. Team Poland again finding themselves with the advantage, making that 4v2 with Taz now. And DSN creeping forward outside here.
Looking to get a pick to even things out.
Well, we saw how Khan did it in the previous round. Now DSN is going to pop up that bird's nest. He will, and he won't spy anyone up there. There is one man below though, and Taz is on fire this round. And now Get Right will fall to Taz as well. Easy.
Okay,
when
so
you know how.
For the first time, I think we have map points.
We do.
For Poland.
For Poland this time. We had 4 map points earlier on for Fnatic. Hell, they will rue those missed chances of winning this map.
Yeah, and when you consider it, Poland should really have won the first round of this overtime as well.
Yep.
They weren't deterred by that little fumble there in lower as Get Right could take them out, and they won the second round. Let's see what happens now.
18-17 in favour of Poland. Squeaky pushes on. Khan already burst through. One man up in rafters. Forest deals with Taz. Khan gets rid of Coombs. Lord B replies. They have broken onto this other side. It's incisive. It's fast. And it's deadly because Forest and Get Right have cleaned house. And Fnatic have picked up another round to save themselves this time. Not to win it. You'd think they had, by the way, they jumped off their chairs. And guess what? We're all tied up. Fancy another overtime?
Oh yes, please. I'd take 2, I'd take 3, just to keep this going. Interesting to see how the Poles react to the loss there. They just stood up, said, okay guys, we lost that round. Let's talk about what to do in the next overtime. And that's really the way you want to go when you're in these situations. If you dwell on mistakes, if you dwell on rounds lost, you're going to lose the match.
We can see Taz and Neo chatting about that, discussing what they're going to be doing next. Luke chipping in with what he thinks too. And again, nothing can separate these champions.
And these teams, obviously now, they know each other so well. Hello. Great crowd here in Chengdu, as you can see on in the camera here.
It's piled all the way back through the player area now as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely packed. It's fantastic.
As I was going to say though, these teams know each other so well now, so what they're thinking about now is, do we continue with our regular strats, which they have come to know and counter?
Or do we try and mix things up and surprise them?
Or do we try and mix things up? But the risk is so great when you're in the overtime. You want to try something new and it doesn't work, it feels really bad, and you start second guessing yourself as well.
Do you not think as well, you're in the grand final at the World Cyber Games, is this the right time to be trying something different? I don't know.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, and that's the problem with it also. I think I'd just go with what's been working so far, and for the Poles, that means go ramp room with 2 or 3 players to try and pick off the lone defender there, maybe fake upper a little, then go back to the ramp room, because once they have been rushing upper, it hasn't worked.
There we go then, for the second overtime in the grand final for Counter-Strike 1.6 at the 2009 World Cyber Games Grand Final, live from Chengdu, China. It's set 2 for overtime, and Jonas once more.
Sorry?
I said Jonas once more.
Yeah.
Here we go then.
As far as I'm concerned, they can keep this up all day.
Quality play from both sides. 18 points apiece after the first set of overtime. This time round, Fnatic start T-side. HE from Luke has already disposed of Khan, and that'll be crucial. Oh, Get Right's gone as well. Luke again on fire. 2 from him. And Poland just will not lay down on Luke. They They stared at 4 map points down the barrel, saved all 4 of them. They've had a map point of their own as well, which they lost. And now Gux, look at that. Bursts through radio, finally gets rid of Luke, who's already done 2 damage as well, but suffered a lot of damage in the process.
Yeah. Luke has been phenomenal so far in the final match here in Chengdu.
Leo picking up the frag on Gux, and that gives them a 2-man advantage once more. And oh, DSN nailed Kuban. You can see it on your screen. We were with Forrest and Lord B. Hello. Haven't seen an awful lot of him in the game, but you know what? He's just as good as the rest of them in there.
Smart move there also by Team Poland by nading the lobby area there early. They haven't done that so far, so I guess that was a new strategy that we hadn't seen so far in the match and really caught the entire Fnatic team off guard. Karn got killed and the rest lost a lot of health as well, and the round was basically over before it begun. They just had to lean on them until they fell over.
Early push here from Luke again, aggressive. 2 rounds in a row he's done that. Taz does pick up 1, DSN replies. Luke and Kuban though pick up a frag apiece to give them the advantage now. 4v2. Neo and Kuban low on health. Khan and Get Right not in the best of shapes either. Get Right has picked up 1 on Neo, and Khan picks up the headshot on Lord B, and this has gone from a 2v4 to a 2v2.
Karn's with 1 health point.
Can't even afford to drop down. Oh, Get Right's got 1. Luke though replies. And Luke has had a good round, and Poland now on the verge.
And we might already call Luke the MVP of the overtimes thus far.
He's definitely been the great player in the overtimes, but he's not really been in charge of the game so far.
Last round, here we go. Fnatic really needs to get this to avoid having to play with their backs against the wall for the second half. Opening the door here with some nades. Kuban takes out Gux early on.
And disappointingly, we've just been told that even after this first map, this game will be moved to the tournament area. I think that's very disappointing.
Yeah, it sure is.
We will bring that to you on the second stream, though. In one shape or another, we'll get
3-0 though for Team Poland.
We'll do that with BSL, and right now, as you said, Team Poland, look at that. Taz getting them on their feet. 3-0.
And I think the Chinese are getting a little bit excited here with Team Poland. They've been so solid here for the last half of this match, and I think I can see visible signs of Fnatic struggling there. They're thinking, what can we do now? We are getting picked off every place we're going, and now they need 3 rounds in a row.
Again, 3 map points then to Poland. And you can see it, fnatic didn't even get up after that.
Get Right looks concerned as well. Probably cursing himself for losing that 1v1 against Luke in the second round. There wasn't really much he could do though, but these great players always find a way of second guessing themselves after losing those one-on-ones. So it's really a shame, like you say, that this game has to come off the stage.
Obviously we have to stick to schedule today. We've got a very big schedule as well of games to get through, so understandable, but disappointing at the same time.
Yeah. And I'd say now that Poland really have Fnatic by the hair, Paul. They're on the verge of winning this map after being down to 4 map points for Fnatic, and they're going to be absolutely delighted if they can pick up one of these next 3 rounds and winning the first map of this Counter-Strike final.
Remember, it is best of 3, and we have Train to come afterwards, and Inferno if we need it just after that as well. I think what we'll try and do, if someone backstage can go and find Stuart Sort, we'll marry him up with BSL, not literally of course, but we'll find him, and we'll put that on the second screen that we have at quadb.com and worldcybergames.com, so at least we can carry on commentating for you. Myself, unfortunately, have got to stay here on the grand stage for the Warrior Star and Asphalt 4 finals, so I get to miss the Counter-Strike 1.6 final. I'm not saying a word, but I think you can probably tell what game I'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
We also have StarCraft and Warcraft finals to come, and this crowd is going to go absolutely bonkers for both. So here we go, second half of overtime, in the second overtime, and Poland have 3 map points, and surely now, Jonas, it's only a matter of time before they finish this off.
If they go to the ramp room, there's only a matter of time. If they keep going upper, I don't think they will win a round.
Interesting. They were good through ramp earlier. Are they going to be good again? Poland switching over to T-side now. Luke and Kuban and Lorby already taking some damage early on. Kuban, in fact, down to 10 health.
If that's not another bug here on our overlay system.
Indeed. Neo, on the other hand, has a full set of health. No doubt about that. He's on our screen right now. Taz trying to be aggressive in the radio room.
It seems like Fnatic have adapted a little bit because they're now with 2 players in the ramp room.
They're much more fluid, aren't they? They're not static in terms of where they're covering anymore. They're moving around a little bit more and making sure they cope. Now Kuban makes his way in towards that ramp room and gets the opening frag. 4 to 5 now from Poland. DSN though, and Gux comes back in. Neo outside, trying to push through. Taz and Lord B waiting in radio. Still looking. DSN is actually up on the rafters now. Surely they've called that because they know there's a man already been shot down. They haven't called it. DSN gets the first, couldn't get a second, and Taz gets a double. 2 versus 2 now. And Get Right's got little health here. It's effectively a 2v1. Taz now into the bird's nest. Neo rotating round through main. Gux though shuts him down. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. From the Swede. And Gux saves the day.
That's a big round by Gux there, and also a big round by Taz, who did wonderfully there with ramp. I don't think they could have done much differently though, the Poles. They could have gone down ramp, but they had chance facing Get Right, so they took a risk there, but it didn't pay off. Gux got there.
1 down, 2 to go for Mission Fnatic.
And they're rushing.
Now Poland out on upper, straight away, Khan locks them down though. Lord B replies on Get Right. The pain has gone. Taz though, in with another one. 3 more men to find again. Bomb not planted just yet in the upper site. Kuban's covering. Into the bird's nest. 2 men fly out. Forrest picks up the kill. Khan with a second one. And Fnatic are living to fight another day here. Gux on Neo. Taz now last man standing. And Fnatic, wow, is he going down? No, not quite. He has 99 health. Oh, now 20, look at that.
Naded himself.
Unbelievable.
You don't often see these pros do that, but even they get stressed.
Panic, panic, panic. Dear me. Gux, Forrest and Khan then. Fnatic with a 3v1. Should be able to win the round now. And do win the round.
And that was really a round that Team Poland allowed Fnatic to win. They cleared out of that bomb site without having the bomb down and allowed them to retake without facing much opposition. And it was really a bad judgment call there on whoever told them to get out of the site. They had the advantage, they had the initiative, but in the end they dropped the 2nd consecutive round, and it's all on the line for this one.
Last round of the half again. 20 Fnatic, 21 Poland. Are we going to another overtime? Or is Poland going to take their 3rd, 4th chance? They both have 4 match points now. Extraordinary game. Extraordinary game of Counter-Strike already. DSN kicks things off nicely. Lord B waiting for him now. They've spied him. They'll exchange some shots, but nothing more. Lord B now trying to fire off. He's now had to alter his aim down there as the player jumps up and down on the box. Forrest inside ramp, still covering. Lord B does get a frag on Forrest now, finally. That was that battle we were watching between radio and ramp. 1-1 in terms of kills, 4v4 left. 37 seconds now, and they've got to try and make a commitment to a bomb site. And Neo has gone all the way around the back and taken down Khan and taken down DSN. And Gux has got 2 now. It's 2 versus 2, and this is anyone's round. Anyone's round. Oh, get right. Hello. Wakey here. Lord B, last man alive. Bomb planted here. Get right finishes it off. And fnatic live again.
Yet again, indecisive play is costing the Poles the rounds. It's another one they should have had. They're playing indecisive and they're losing because of it.
3 rounds in a row from both teams on CT side.
And fnatic really climbed that mountain. It was very well played by them. I take nothing away from the effort. However, I really feel sad for Team Poland. 2 missed chances now, 2 missed opportunities, and we're back to square one.
So, 2 rounds of overtime, can't separate them. Is the third one about to do the trick? fnatic 21, Team Poland 21. You're live from Chengdu, China for the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Final and the Counter-Strike Grand Final. And are we having an epic match or what?
It's been absolutely amazing so far. Best match of the tournament, hands down, and we get it between two of the most successful teams of all time, bar none. And we're getting it in the final.
I think you can only really include MTW in there and maybe SK at the back end of it, but
I took SK out of that equation a while ago because the level of competition now is so much higher than when.
What about NOA?
No, not in there.
And that's a man who played with them.
Yep.
So, we're in great company. We're amongst champions. fnatic searching for their first WCG.
And here we go.
And Team Poland looking for number 2 as we get underway in overtime number 3, would you believe, as the scores are 21-21.
And you can see fnatic now also 2 persons in the ramp room.
DSN and Forest both covering that ramp. Taz now trying to make his way through radio to see if he can challenge them. And they're lining up the shots now. They've double teamed that ramp box to stop the advances of Lord B and Taz, who were pushing through that way in the first half of the last overtime. Still following? Good. Nothing doing so far from either team. All 5 alive.
DSN really enjoying his time up there in the rafters in ramp room.
Well, he's picked off 2 players before, and they didn't spy him. They really should have done.
Building up slowly in lobby here.
Back with DSN. Now Luke. Here comes the push. 39 seconds remaining. It's going to be upper. 1 man down on rafters. Flash went out, Neo and Luke, and here comes the rotation. Great stuff from Poland now. Inside the ramp room. That gets a round of applause from Jonas because he knows that was the perfectly executed strat. Guts though, wow. Did put up a bit of resistance with double headshot. Taz cleaned up though. That was the perfectly executed double kill upper rush ramp.
And that's why I was clapping as well, because I have an overlay map, and finally, and I say finally because they've been slacking on that, finally they executed a round flawlessly. They got the frags, they rotated when they were supposed to rotate, and fnatic was just caught off guard in bomb side A, and they were caught off guard in the ramp room. Tremendous play.
1-0 in overtime, 22-21, and Poland making light work of fnatic in the upper site here. Guts is disposed of. Grenades are still in hand here as well, so they've got a chance to take the upper. Lord B with another, and every time they approach from that bird's nest, they're going to get shot to pieces. Get Right's the next potential victim. Forest outside's going to have to save, and DSN and Get Right back away, and well, that's disappointing if you're a Fnatic fan, but inevitable, I guess. Great incisive rush upper.
Yeah, and a very good call by Taz or whoever called that strategy for Team Poland, because they played really cagey. They played slowly during the first round. They changed the tempo of the match altogether, and for the third round now, if you're Fnatic, you're guessing. You have no idea what the Polish team are going to do. They have gone slowly, they have rushed, and what will they do in the third round? It's really not a good position to be in when you have to guess what your opponent is doing.
They need a round here.
And they need a round here.
They really do need a round. That's 2 on T side. 14 Poland, don't forget. And Fnatic really, really need this one if they're to stay alive. However, Poland will have another 3 map points should they win this round. Big round now for both. Oh, Luke, use the force, Luke. That's not the dark side. Taz goes down to his own man, and he can't believe it. Deary, deary me. DSN, oh, double HE from Khan. Guts gets rid of Lorpe, and well, Luke, try and redeem yourself, lad. Go and get a 3v1. They'll use the force.
Yeah, he has a chance here.
Deary me. Well,
Forrest says no.
You know, those things happen, but you've got to be gutted if you're Taz.
Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible round to pull out the team kill. Karn did it as well. Luckily, it didn't have any effect for him. But I'd say the advantage has swung to the Poles again.
23-22. Poland leads at half-time in overtime 3. If you're just joining us at the World Cyber Games Grand Finals 2009, we're still in map 1. Yeah, you heard that right. Map 1. And unfortunately, it means the delay has forced the Counter-Strike game to be completed in the tournament area, not on the main stage. We will be having Y-Star and Asphalt 4 on the stage next, followed by StarCraft, followed by Warcraft, followed by the closing ceremony. Live on 3, we'll go for overtime number 3, the second half. I hope you're keeping up.
I can't believe we're still on Nuke.
Seems such a long time ago.
Yeah.
In 2005 when we started this game. Does feel like that, doesn't it? Yep. So we are actually underway. We do seem to have missed a little bit of the opening, and I'm not quite sure what that's all about. I think maybe not live. There we go. We're going to get the restart now. So
yeah, I really feared our overlay had crashed there or something.
Yeah, quite happy we hadn't actually gone live. We did get the live system go through, but it seems one of the players or a couple of them weren't ready. Now we're live.
And you got to think, if you're Karn now, what do? You
win all 3 rounds. That's what you do.
Yeah. Do you go ramp? There's Neo. You're going to be faced with Neo, who has been on form. Rushing upper is always difficult.
Well, I think you probably try and go where Luke is and hope he shoots his teammate again. Khan and Luke going to come face to face early on in this round. Shots bringing out between them, and Khan did take a little bit of damage through the wall bang. Khan now going to make his way back. Forrest working outside on roof here. Oh, a grenade came round the corner. Now, did that take off a load of damage of Forrest, or is that another bug? I think it's probably a bug.
It's a bug, I think.
Neo finally gets the boost done, and that's Luke's boost into rafters inside ramp room.
DSN is also outside here supporting Forrest. No counter-terrorists to be found though.
Khan inside lobby now, having flashed. Now Hutt with a grenade. DSN working outside. The push does seem to be coming this way. 2 men now make their way forward. Forrest and DSN pushing in. Get Right drops down Taz, who pushed through 10. And he has bomb in hand as well. Gux now. Aggressive inside radio. Khan's joined him. Forrest though gets shut down by Neo outside the ladder. And DSN replies back. Luke though picks up the frag on Gux. They've got ram room, have they? Not quite. Get Right gets the job done on Luke though, and we're now down to 2v2. Make that 2v1. Make that 1v1. Get Right. Kuban. Who's winning? Kuban is! Two-man from Kuban. And Team Poland are on the verge of victory in map 1.
Fnatic with their backs against the wall again. They have to win out, and that was amazing play by Kuban. Taking down that 2v1 from the vents, might add you. That's a very difficult position to be in.
Team Poland with 2 more map points. They've already had 4, they've blown them all. Fnatic have had 4 too, they blew them all. Are we going to get a winner here? That was a...
Karn down the vents.
Karn down vents, it was, yeah, okay. Now, interesting. He's the aggressive pusher. Karn's been picked off by Taz. Now, big round here. Because Taz goes huge, picks up a double. DSN replying. DSN again. Lord B replies on Get Right. DSN with a hat-trick. And Fnatic live again. Neo last man standing. And Gums picks him off. And what do you know? 24-23. And I'm almost out of breath.
Yep, that was one of those. Let's rush upper and exchange frags back and forth at the end of the half. And it's so close. The key frag here was DSN's entry once he came out of that hut area. He got dinked by Taz. He still ran out, gave a headshot there, and they took the round.
Amazing.
And
absolutely amazing. What on earth are they doing down there? 24-23. Poland still have a map point. They've blown 5 now. And Fnatic living dangerously. Remember, they got 15-11 up in this game at one point. It's now 24-23. Ridiculous scoreline. It's like a rugby game.
Yep.
Forrest and DSN now working outside. Get Right up on the roof. Gux is in squeaky room. Karn pushing through lobby. 5-man set, 3 on upper from Poland. Wow! HG absolutely destroyed half the Fnatic team.
Fnatic on the ropes here, looking for Forrest to...
Haven't lost any men just yet, but they are dangerously low on health. Gux and DSN less than 10 apiece. Well, Gux says it has 100. I don't think he does. I think if we switch back to it now, he'll show his true health. Kuban just dinked through the wall. Lost a little bit of time. Now, Forrest in on Neo. First kill of the round falls to Fnatic. Have they found the opening in ramp room? I think they might have, but Luke's waiting for him on rafters. Lord B picks up one. Get Right was too smart though, and Fnatic now have a 4v3. They've turned it around here. Karn in on Taz. We're headed for overtime because Forrest clutches the round and they've saved the day again. How many more times are these two teams not able to separate?
At this point, it just feels like you might as well flip a coin because there is nothing separating these two teams here on Nuke. Brilliant play there from Fnatic again. And we're moving into overtime 4.
Incredible. 24-24. And even the crowd, look, even the crowd can't believe it. There's 3 chairs there in the front row. Someone grabbed them quick. That's why. Look how packed that is.
Yeah, and I've been needing to go to the toilet since overtime 1, Paul. They're really going to make me hold it.
They are. I wonder if you type in on server, my bladder is bursting, please win.
/ request toilet.
That would be // wouldn't it?
Let's see what they can come up with now.
Okay, well, we are going to finish the game, that's good news.
Yeah, it would be terrible to move them away here now. And we're having a good time out here, aren't we?
I think they've heard that if they don't, if they move to a second map, we have to go to the tournament area, so they're just prolonging the agony.
You really want to play in front of this capacity crowd of, what, 7,000 people, 8,000 people? Feels like all of China came to Chengdu.
I wouldn't disagree. All right, here we go then. Underway in 4th overtime. Yes, you heard me right. 4th overtime at the World Cyber Games 2009 Grand Finals. Fnatic 24, again 24. Amazing.
Looks like they're setting up for an upper rush or fake. I got Forest up on that rock.
Now, little change up here. Neo's gone for AWP. And they're going to load 2 men in radio. And they're going to push here. Aggressive from Team Poland. Trying something a bit different now. Haven't spied anyone so far. There is only Get Right in there. Gux is currently waiting back. Neo's decided he's going to pull back and go outside. And that could be dangerous because Forest and DSN are making their way outside right now. DSN could get caught short here across the courtyard as Forest inside the warehouse. Neo thinks he's spotted someone and he has, and doesn't land it. Forest, phenomenal long-range AK.
Risky play by Neo.
Didn't need to win that really, didn't deserve to win that. AWP versus AK, and Forest picks up another headshot on Lord B. Oh, hello. It's a fnatic party in the upper area.
Mistakes at this point can be so costly.
They tried something different with the setup.
Obviously they could have continued to play with that setup, and I'm not faulting Neo for buying the op. I'm faulting him for going out on that catwalk area. He didn't have the opportunity to check the garage there, so he took a very risky chance at this point.
Shot from Forest from long range with the AK though.
Yeah.
1v1 AWP long range like that, you'd fancy the AWPer.
Yeah, but Forest does that.
It is a mini AWP in his hands.
You've seen fnatic has begun to use the outside area more. They did that in the previous overtime, half of overtime as well. And as you can see on Team Poland now they have adjusted their defenses a lot.
It's also worth noting as well that fnatic are actually in the lead for the first time since they were 15-11 up. Obviously drawing 15-15.
And they left the ramp room open.
It's also worth pointing out that Poland have blown 6 map points. fnatic have blown 4. That's how this one works. Still waiting for the push. And Neo has locked off Gux. And Get Right, Khan and Forest are the last 3 now.
And is Get Right low? No, he's not. It's just the overlay messing with us again. He's in the hut at 94 health.
Here comes the push. Khan in on ramp. Get Right's got the call and joined him. Forest is now going to rotate potentially through Hart and try and go down Ven.
Yeah, they need to pick off Forest here. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. Look at Kuben.
Yep. Kuben's going to be the key point of impact right now as Lord B gets fired at through the hole in the floor. Taz, though, double is up. And Forest does pick up the frag in the upper area.
Doesn't have the bomb, though. The bomb is underneath the bird's nest.
1v2, and the bomb's down, as you rightly said, with 5 seconds remaining. And so Poland will win the round. And Kuben just makes sure of the winning round. And we're tied back up again.
Amazing game. Back and forth.
I'm speechless. I really am. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And Poland should get this one to be in good shape for their terrace half.
They've got a game here, which they show in between the finals, called Guess the Winner from Samsung.
Yeah.
What do you put for this game?
It's anybody's match still.
Amazing. So, past the ramp push this time round from Gux. Neo downs him. Kuben comes back round the corner for the second. And Poland have their one-man advantage here. The push into ramp didn't work. And Neo, Kuben and Taz have been hugely damaged though. Get Right wins against Taz, and as well as he should have. He had no health left anyway. 3v3. Shots ringing out. No damage done. 60 seconds remaining in the round.
Looks like Kuben is down. Yes, he's down in the ramp area. There were 2 health points. 1 health point for Neo. Surely this must be a fnatic round.
It's almost like a 3v1, even though they don't know it right now. But you know what? Get caught out. Get caught facing the wrong way. Doesn't matter how much health you have. 2 bullets will do it. See ya. And they're still going to be careful, fnatic. They know that. They won't know how many health the other team have. Get Right, though, disposes of Kuben. And now, Lord B and Neo are the last 2 alive. Lord B coming under attack. He brings down DSN, though. 2 versus 2. Forest deals with Neo. Get Right's now low on health. This is effectively a 1v1. Oh, Forest! You beauty! Headshot on Lord B. And fnatic win the round. And boy, did they need that one.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to call this for fnatic. I don't think Poland is going to come back. and win 3 rounds straight. I don't think they're going to win 2 rounds and force another overtime. I think Fnatic's got this after that nice last round there. And then you can make fun of me if I'm wrong.
Okay, we'll do that.
And it's not just me.
No, the reason we're laughing or chuckling is because Luke needs the toilet as well. And so does Jonas. And I think half the crowd in the room needs them. I'm wondering what's going to happen when this game moves to the stage.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to be going to the toilet. Dear me.
Second half of the 4th overtime coming up. Fnatic 2, Team Poland 1.
Here we go then. Live. 26-25 to Fnatic. They need just 2 rounds of the 3, and it sounds easy, but they've shown how difficult it can be. Are we headed for a 5th consecutive overtime in the grand final? Who would have thought this would be possible? Get right. Gets the opening flag.
And this is when Forrest should push into the radio room like he so often does. They picked off the man moving towards ramp. He should push up into the radio room now.
Neo has broken through from the outside area and picked up the first kill for Team Poland. Taz now eyeing up the radio room, tempted to go in, and Luke has disposed of Khan. Neo up on the upper, looking for another frag. Grenade being launched across to that area, and Get Right just about got out of the way. Picks off Luke through the wall. 3v3. Nicely poised here. Taz though returns the advantage. Neo returns it back. And one man remaining is Get Right. He's got to go huge here for a 3v1. Bomb planted. Might as well go for it. Plenty of cash still. But I think he's probably going to save. Come on. Be adventurous. Just for us.
Great round again by Team Poland. Neo being the key player early on, and Taz firing away with 2 of his own.
Amazing. Get Right. Well, he's tempting us, but he's not going for it. He's got 1. That's all he wanted. And the bomb will blow on round number, get this, 52.
Your math is pretty good.
That was round 52 of this first match.
And we're supposed to play 30.
Yeah. Who said max rounds 15 is too many? But MR50 is not what I wanted either. It's not what my my vocal cords wanted either. 26-26, nothing in it again. If one of these 2 teams can string 2 rounds together though, game over. Who's it to be? The Poles or the Swedes? And Taz doubles up, treble from him, and that's huge for Team Poland as they are looking to retake the lead now. And bomb planted here. Taz is huge in control. Already has 3. 2 remaining. Forrest and Khan. And I think they're going to have to save again. Oh, and I think they'll be lucky to do that.
Late nade.
Taz now. Oh, now Taz is on for the ace. And it's nicely placed here.
They're saving.
If only they weren't saving. So Khan and Forrest have to save out. And now Team Poland will have yet another match point. Their 7th of the game.
And yeah, you can begin making fun of me right about now.
That was a very poor call. Oh.
Okay, for all the marbles here, for Poland, for Polska. This is map point again.
7th one. 7th map point of the game. And Fnatic have had 4 of their own.
And you can see Taz, he really wants to win.
We've had 11 moments in this game where one of these 2 teams could have won the game by winning 1 round, and none of them have worked. None.
It's just insane.
Now, first kill is going to be massive here. Calm, defending at Squeaky. Has to back away. A little aggressive opening push from Poland. Didn't come though. Now it does. Neo, look, again aggressive. In towards main. Picks up the first one. Oh, Fnatic though. 3 in a row from them. And Lord B then reduces the deficit to 1. Taz and Lord B
the
to
bomb.
win it all. And bomb is down. Lord B though on fire. 2 in a row from him. Switches it from a 4v2 to a 2v2. Poland believes. Into the bomb site now. And bomb is still down. Lord B and Taz with Get Right and Guts. Now checking, they know where that bomb is. Look, placed by Squeaky Door. This is going to be really tough for Poland to be able to pick this one up. Lord B in the vent. Taz just out in main. Get Right waiting. Guts covering from the inside as well. 33 seconds remaining now. Anyone's round still, but you'd fancy fnatic to take it. Oh, Lord B! Hat trick from him. Get Right back up. It's 1v1 for the game, and Get Right has to save it all. Lord B already with 3. Oh! Sensational from Lord B!
And can you believe it?
A 4-man in the last round from Lord B, and snatches it for Team Poland. Amazing victory from the Poles.
Yep.
And guess what? That's just map 1.
Look at Get Right. He's not feeling good now. That's the second 1v1 situation he's lost in this overtime marathon.
Wow.
And
I can't even remember what the final score is. It's something like 28-26, I believe. But it's all academic now. Poland have won on map 1.
And
we'll be moving over to the finals for YStar and SL4 next. And don't forget, you can see this on stream 2. BSL's going to run off right now and go and make sure they can cover that on the second stream. Poland win map 1. Wow. Lord B, 4-man clutch, brings all the bacon home. And that is it for Counter-Strike from the main stage. YStar and SL4 are next. Woo!